stopped working on it. I started working on it, then I stopped working on it. I worked on it again, I stopped. I'm actually finally finished with the route. First train coming up into the Fannin South station. And yeah, this is the very first recording of it in full function. First crossing is Belford, West Belford Avenue, and this is the station. And we have the crossing itself, 610. These traffic lights were hard to set up, and they're still out of sync. There's no way to get these freeway lights in sync with each other. I think the freeway lights are probably the hardest thing they could keep in sync here. But in Serve Wars, I can get them in sync, but I can't get them in sync in game. The other crossing. This is the second station afterwards, Stadium Park Astrodome Station. It's a nice station. Builds a little stadium, little park, Astrodome. This is where all of our NRG stuff is. It's pretty nice. As you can know, the bells are not continuous except for 610. So that's the bells you're hearing. You're hearing 610's crossings. This is being a freeway intersection. Recently, they just put those crossings as continuous bells in real life. It's one of the NRG park entrances. Let's watch the train come in from 610. I decided to switch over here to the North Loop in Fulton. This is another crossing that has continuous bells. But throughout this section of the Red Line, it is continuous bells for all the crossings. So I kind of copied this perfectly to the point. It's just that without all the buildings and scenery and stuff. But I did capture the bridge, of course, the little overpass and stuff like that. The lanes of the roads. So, yeah, that's the north loop. Here's another little section of my Metrorail Red Line. Little river crossing right off of it, having a train coming up to it, and I'm gonna watch it come through here.
Those suffering from respiratory problems like Deer Park native Wendy Cobb felt negative effects immediately.
And then we're gonna go ahead and head up to our next intersection for the
He was in
river
the area
crossing.
when he got a bad feeling about this black smoke he saw floating above Deer Park.
This is Braeswood. Let's
So
see.
he called 911.
South Braeswood and Fannin. In our med center.
Was the first to pick up the phone, according to the incident report that Channel 2 received from Deer Park Police Department. His call came in at 10:13 a.m. According to that call, gut.
I did what I thought was right.
Here's part 2 of the Red Line, Fannin South. Had a little interruption, so now we're back. So this will be a 2-part video. Mine collapsing into one.
Dominic and Keith, honestly, it looked like it was about to rain. A lot of people thought it was just a cloudy day, but it was actually smoke. Right now, it seems to be a little bit better. Earlier, it was not so well. I live actually up here in the northwest side of town, so I noticed it right when I came into work. It started to get really dark, and probably around 6, 7 o'clock, then we started to see the sun again. Between 290 and I-45, it looked like a storm was brewing. What appeared to be clouds was actually smoke from the Deer Park HCC fire. I actually noticed a lot of when I came outside, put the sign saying that meteorologists predicted a plume of smoke from the chemical fire at Deer Park would make its way to the north and northwest parts of the Houston area. Even though the fire is about 40 miles away from this neighborhood of the Pine Champion's Course area, these neighbors still have their concerns. You gotta hope for this. It doesn't look like this. Tuesday afternoon, Harris County officials continue to assure the public that the area is relatively safe, but still people were extra cautious. These two friends say while the sky was dark during school, their teachers kept them inside. For those who live far away, seeing the smoky skies gives them a perspective. The magnitude of this fire. Now I don't know, like it's gonna be like it's like that orange thing just kind of skin on it. That's what I knew. I was okay, and everything was good. Those two young friends attend schools in Klein and Spring ISD. We reached out to both districts. They told us that they were in contact with local emergency officials throughout the day. They did not have to cancel any after-school activities or anything like that. They were attention to the weather. So people are is being pushed hundreds of miles.
This station is the HCC Transit Center station. Train coming in. This is supposed to be a big bus station right here. Some center fields up here, but there's no big transit center on Trainz. It just has to be And I also put a few little hospitals around. Big medical center.
Get the perfect gift from Harold Reese Jewelry. Call 713-910-0010.
I did some good little. I did pick up a few of them. Yeah. So now right here is the big hospital. Memorial Herman. Would have been stretched out through these 3 intersections here. I just decided to put one there. I picked up a little bit of it. Also picked up one intersection back here. I've done some work to this route. This one's John Freeman in Maine. Just a little piece of it, not like the whole street itself. This is the Harmon Park Rice University station. Normally they've been the big park and the Houston Zoo back up in here, but of course I haven't got all the scenery up yet. So this would have been the big park, stuff like that in the station. This is Sunset right through here. Main would have been probably right through here.
Has since become notorious for the department. The internal chatter from HPD as a botched raid unraveled simply jarring.
I might eventually add Maine in.
Because we had a search warrant that narcotics activity was going on in that residence, specifically the sale of black tar heroin. Hours after 4 officers were shot, a married couple killed, HPD Chief Art Acevedo addressed the city. This all began because a neighbor had the courage to say, we're not going to put up. We think that there's really built out of this house. Days later, the story shifted that the caller was an anonymous mother who dialed 911 on January the 8th. The caller wanted to remain anonymous, but said that her daughter was inside the residence, quote, doing drugs, and they have a lot of guns in the residence. After Channel 2 investigates first revealed lying cops manufactured the unlawful warrant, Chief Acevedo remained steadfast on one aspect. It's really important for you to realize And we still have a reason to be at that home. We should not draw final conclusions, as disturbing as it is, until we uncover every single investigative lead. Chief, you indicated you had reason to be at the home.
We're getting some speed drops, some speed picks up.
But you remember, the affidavit is but one piece of a very comprehensive investigation. What do we know about January 8th, the date that triggered all of this? We know that a 911...
This will be the simulation of Wentworth and San Jacinto. You know, this is a river crossing through here. And then, unfortunately, since I moved the track so far away, because I had to connect back to this track, we had to have a river crossing go through here.
Remember, if you have a story for Channel 2 Investigates, please call the tip line
Anytime.
3223 tips, or you can email investigates@50houston.com.
Alright, overnight, most of us are going to be asleep. We're not going to see the plume, but it's still going to be moving. Yeah, I think it's going to be tomorrow morning. I'll show you some updated stuff that just came back from the National Weather Service from downtown.
And then this will be the sunset logic in Fannin. I actually got the river crossing in, and normally in real life it actually crosses through the intersection, but I didn't get a chance to do all that since I messed the whole thing up there. So I just added the river crossing right through here, so that way we can. That way, I actually did simulate it, and then figured all about it. Then we come to Wheeler Transit Center Station. Wheeler Station. I also added the river crossing that goes here at this intersection as well. Normally it's supposed to cross through the intersection in real life. This is just a simulation of it. is just a warning crossing. Just let the trains know when the crossing is activated. I know they'll have they'll be able I'll be able to see these right here, but I still added a little crossing right here, just a little added effect, and then I put a lot of it. So this is for this railroad crossing here for the people that's gotta turn left. Also put one of those no left turn signs there. There's the railroad crossing for. There's a railroad crossing for it. These crossings don't activate until the ATLS system is activated. And that keeps cars from going through the stopper. I also got one there for the left turn there, and then another one of those there for that light. So that's I got the wheelie crossings in. Before it was just trims only, but I actually want to go ahead and put in the railroad crossings and put the railroad crossing work in. You know, make it look more realistic. Because in real life, there's railroad crossings here, so I went on ahead and just put them in. Even though the tracks are supposed to go across the intersection. Yeah. But I had other plans, so this was the other plans. So that's Wheeler, Richmond, and Maine. Yeah, this was Alabama. Here's another station, Ensemble HCC. Normally the school is crossing for miles. No, I didn't do it like that. So most of it is just, no scenery, just a lot of land that I could put scenery in later on, but the Trainz is just so bad with scenery. So with a lot of things that Houston has, the game doesn't have. You know what I mean? So, the reason why I did like this. So this is Elgin. I used a quad light. I know. Y'all gonna say it. Why is it over here? Well, it's because where else is it gonna go? So, and I wanted to have some. I wanted to have to use the quad light. I don't really use the quad light anymore. So, it's an alright crossing. I made sure that everything was off the tracks and stuff like that. Yeah. And then we have McGowan Station, McGowan Street. This is our 3rd Ward area, Midtown 3rd Ward. There's the station for it. And then this goes right into downtown.
I think it's a nice alternative to hating yourself all the time. Plus, with Abby, Natalie Morales, and You Tonight Show.
We're gonna watch the train at Wheeler go through so I can see how the crossings and stuff does. That train is on its way in from Wheeler. I'm sorry, not Wheeler. It's on its way in from Museum District. So that train is on its way, and we'll watch it come on in.
Also, we confirmed Texas assigned quarterback AJ McCarron for a 1-year contract. McCarron with the Raiders for 2 games last year. He also played part of that for Buffalo and Cincinnati Bengals. He comes to Houston knowing his role will be a backup star, John Watson. Last year, that young long was Brandon Reed. Suns basketball, the two-league tournament began tonight for Prairie View. A first game against Beverly Dickinson Panthers. Mitchell off to the contest.
So let's watch this one. Let's watch this same train that we've been watching come on in. We'll go to the next the two crossings before this station. Let's go. So you'll get to see the activation of Wheeler, Main, and Richmond's crossing. full sail ahead.
You drive in there, get your car wash, they make cookies.
So I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all the rest of the little tour of the route. So that was Webster. Here's Gray. This is the McDonald's at the corner of Gray and Main. I implemented that in pretty well. I mean, I got that one spot on, kind of spot on. But, anyway, little track access point. This will be Pierce, St. Joseph. This will be the downtown transit center stations here and here. This is the Metro, does not really look like the Metro building, but this is supposed to be the Metro building. Under it is supposed to be, under the Metro building is the transit center itself, where it's supposed to be. But of course, like I said, Trainz sucks with good detail of scenery. So there you go. Alright, then after that we have Jefferson, Pease, Leland. This will be Bell Station. Here's Bell Street right through here. And then we have Clay, Polk, and Dallas. And then we have Main Street Square. This is the southbound side. Here will be where there's no road. This is just like the trams themselves and the tracks. This is normally where the pedestrian signals will be and the people walking down the street. Because there'll be fountains. There'll be those little fountains that go through here. Of course, Trainz doesn't have that either. So, and there's no pedestrian signal, so that's why you don't see those little replica of that as well. But that's Lamar. Here's McKinney. The road does finish up and continue here. I have some work to do. I still have to do here at this crossing. The slaves and the stoppers are off, but everything else is spot on. So, other than that, this is just a slave mix-up. So I'll fix that later. This is still a little tweak. I haven't got to it yet. I was just trying to get videos up and content up so y'all can see what's been going on lately. This will be Rusk and then Capital. This track right here indicates the new green and purple line that goes through now. The green and purple Metrorail lines. I'm probably going to expand that out. They probably put those two stations that they're near Central Station Main, which is this station right here. More newer station on the route. And in real life too. It's kind of old now. It's been around for about a couple of years, about 3 years now. So, and that expansion, by the way, will include some more downtown destination roads, like Fannin, Sanderson, so on and so forth. If you live in Houston, you know what I mean. That's going east and also some west, and going west on some of the roads. In Capital Texas, Prairie. Here's Preston Station, Congress, Franklin, and Commerce. Yeah, this one I just finally changed over, even though it goes to a one-way, going that way after that. But I didn't implement that in. It also turns into a one-way at Fannin. So there's only a two-way here at Main and Travis. Main and Travis before it turns back into a one-way. And when this road ends at Milo, so it doesn't go nowhere. I believe it's 2-lane to Travis Main before going to Fannin and becoming a one-way. So it's a one-way turning into a two-way. We have some junctions here before we come into UH downtown, where we have a Trainz. I'm gonna actually hop on this train to see what's going on with it. It looks like it's not going. Yeah, these trains normally stop sometimes. They kind of from time to time. But once I get them going, they'll get going. I gotta nudge it to get it to go. Find it. Our southbounders coming through. This is Rothwell or Roth Street. Burnett Transit Center, this is supposed to be the elevated portion of the route. Not the newer section. Supposed to be a bunch of tracks, a lot of track work right here. Right now, it's just going to be a 2-track. No track access point or anything like that. And no elevation. Well, as well, no transit center. This is one of Metro's newest transit centers. This right here is just a crossing for the trains, for the road to go back over the tracks there. Just because it was supposed to go over. The track's supposed to go over and stuff like that, so. We come down to the next little intersection. Track crossover. Quitman near Northside Station. We're here at Quitman. This is Quitman Street right through here in North Main. And next up will be the next crossing. I don't forgot which street this is, but of course I have it in my controller, so we can read it. It's Boundary in North Main, where there's a track cross, where the tracks start crossing over and going down Boundary. The bells are continuous at this crossing. Flashing yellow turn light was added at this crossing, I think, last year. 2 years ago, I think it was 2017. I want to say it was in 2017. So, yeah, I kind of did this one pretty good too. Then we come down here to some side streets that I didn't implement in. Come around the Fulton curve. Come around the curve, the Fulton curve. I call this one the Fulton curve. This is because this is Fulton Boundary. This is Boundary and Fulton. And this is where the red line starts moving on to the Fulton. This is kind of like Fulton, right through here. These three roads. This is just the roads from the right turn. That's actually the right turn to Fulton, and this is the left turn from Fulton to onto Boundary. Of course, the Gray Road is the original road for the route. And then they just added this. I found this out when I went down there. So they did this. So I decided to add that in. It's a little weird for us to put the roads in, but it's in there. Back to Boundary and Fulton. Oh, it doesn't work to it. And then this is Fulton North Central Station. Next full station off the Red Line. And then the Pedestrian Crossing. Use those for RYY. You're flashing yellow. The fired ones. Yeah, next line. Found that this stopper's turned off. The rest of them are working. So, this is Irvington. Irvington's right through here, and this is Fulton.
And it reminded me of the time I finally on Saturday. Remember, you want to think you too because of my adventurous spirit? I believe you said that adventurous spirit is one of the reasons you fell in love with me. You even bought him this cool helmet. That's not 4 inches. So, I'm going skydiving this weekend. And Amy's going too. Yeah, I gotta check my calendar. I'm due for a team cleaning. Jim, we're going. Oh, are you sure? I'm totally fine with it. I just figured I'd rather go to the gym. This adventurous spirit.
And this is Collingsworth, Moody's Park Pedestrian Crossing. So RYY again. There's no pedestrian signals on here, so these are supposed to work as pedestrian signals. And then Moody Park Station. Moody Park. I actually built a little bit of a Moody Park. Moody Park is a pretty big park. Out near the north, on the north side there. And then we have Patton. Then Cavalcade Station. This is Cavalcade. Did the traffic lights. Copied the traffic lights pretty good. And of course, you know, the typical ATLS light, but other than that, the rest of the routes look almost look like Cavalcade. Except there's no bus going down, the roads ain't so raggedy, stuff like that. It's just a simulation of it. And then this is English and Link. This one's the one that's messed up. Link's supposed to be over here, and English is supposed to be over there. Unfortunately, crazy thing, I kind of messed up the traffic lights, so that's why it looks like what it looks like. Oops.
From now on, you can curse like the
And then this is Glendale Park Station. See, station's full of passengers are getting ready, that are ready to be picked up. But the trains have not came this out here just yet. Like I said, I use the RYYs for pedestrian signals, for the pedestrian crossings. You have some junctions through here, and then we have the North Loop. This is what we currently was before. So y'all have seen this before, of course. The flashing yellow arrow. This is the entrance into the Mac Industrial Group. And this would have been the building right through here. This would have been the gate. Would have been right there. That's where the carts ended. The gate, and then we went into the gates, and this is where people go into work. There's no light coming out through here.
Right.
there was no light this supposed to sit these up. And then this is Melbourne, North Lindale Station, Melbourne Street itself. Just before Northline Transit, right there in the distance. And then we have Cross Timbers, the intersection. Copied it. Okay. Yeah, we wish it had those little red flows around it, but it doesn't, unfortunately. Have some junction work, of course. This is for the trains to get on different tracks. As they come right on into Northline Transit. This is Northline Mall, Deerfield, Northline Mall entrance. And then for a little bit further down, okay, that kept it going. HCC College would have been in that general direction. Actually, they've been right in here. And this is the parking lot into the mall, of course. Little summation of that as well. And that is the full tour of the route. Y'all have seen about everything. All the traffic lights and some of the scenery. Alright guys, I guess we'll have to end the recording here. Nothing else to see. Just some trains doing some work. And we don't want to keep the video going so long, so. Next, I guess the next thing to be looking out for is some crossing, some rail fanning from some of these railroad crossings. Oh, and there's a little thing. I built a little school. And it's supposed to be a real big campus. This is the UH downtown campus. This train we've been following for a while. Finally making its way up to the station there. Train coming in, we have trains going out. Get that there, and yeah. I believe if we head back to Fannin South, we should have 2 new trains about to head out. Should have been 2 trains. Yep, the first train is already heading out. And then the other train that's going to be following behind it there. As soon as that crossing clears off. Alright guys, and that's going to be it. I will leave you with a train about to leave out of the station here. And I hope y'all guys enjoyed this. I will join this video together and not make it a 2-part. This will be just one full video of it. It will be at least an hour long, so be ready for that. I'll leave you with this, and I hope everybody has a great one. Dre'Jon Williams out.